Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, I'm Taylor and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be testing the Pixi Beauty Rosette Ray eyeshadow palette. I am going to be showing you guys swatches and doing a tutorial on this eyeshadow look I am wearing right now. In my last video, I also did a tutorial and swatches on the Hazelnut Haze eyeshadow palette by Pixi Beauty. If you're interested in checking that video out as well, I will link it in the description of this video. But before we start the video, go ahead and hit that like button down below and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you. Also, make sure you have your post notifications turned on so you're notified every time I upload a video. I upload new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Pixi Beauty Eye Effects Rosette Ray retails for $22, available at pixibeauty.com or Target. The palette has 9 neutral super silky shadows, matte and metallics. This is what the inside looks like. This palette would be perfect for fall time. In my Pixi Beauty PR package was these cute stencils for swatches, so I'm going to be using one of these for my swatches today. I think today I'm going to be using this stencil that says Pixi. I am going to be taking the e.l.f. Camo Concealer to prime my arm for the swatches, just like I would if it was my eye. With my Beauty Blender, I'm just going to be blending that all over my arm where I'm going to be putting the swatches. I placed the stencil on my arm and now I'm ready to start the swatches. In my last video about the Hazelnut Haze palette, while I was doing the swatches, I found that the brush really wasn't working so great with these stencils. So I'm just going to be starting out using my finger. I found that using my finger, it can pack the shadow down into the spots in the stencil that are more hard to get with the brush. I am just going to be swatching a new shade every 2 letters. If you do not want to watch me do the rest of these swatches, I will be putting a timestamp down in the description of this video, one for the end result of what my swatches look like, and also I will be putting a timestamp in the description for when the tutorial for the eyeshadow look begins. Now I'm just going to be removing the stencil, and here's what my swatches look like. I'm so happy with how they turned out. I really love these shades in this palette. Like I said before, it would be perfect for a fall time look. I already primed my eyes, now I'm ready for eyeshadow. The first shade I am going to be going in with is this shade right here. It is called Wine. And I'm going to be taking that on a packing brush. I'm going to start by just applying that on the corner of my eyelid, and I am going to be going in flicking motions. Taking my brush and flicking, little flicking motions like this to get the eyeshadow on my eye and get it where I want it. The little flicking motions make it where it's more precise, where you can apply the eyeshadow exactly where you want it. And now I'm just going to be taking some more of that same color and slightly dragging it across my crease, but I do not want to get it too close to the inner corner. Real quick, that shade is not as dark as I was wanting, so I'm going to be going in with this shade right here, and it is called Black Tulip. And I'm going to be doing those same flicking motions and also drag that over into the crease of my eye. And now I'm just going to be doing those same steps to my other eye. The flicking motions on the outer corner. And slightly dragging it along my crease, but not going too close into my inner corner because I don't want it to get muddy in the inner part of my eye. And I'm going to slightly be taking that shade just a little bit above my crease line so that darker shade peeks through, since I do have hooded eyes. Real quick guys, I don't know if you can really tell in the camera, but my brush does have some frayed ends, so I'm just going to be taking and picking off the frayed parts of the brush, because when I am blending my eyeshadow, the frayed parts can make the eyeshadow blend where I don't want it to blend. So my eyeshadow blends more precise and where I want it to be. With this fluffy blending brush, I am going to be going into this shade right here. It is called Mushroom. And I am going to be blending out the shadow I just applied. I'm going to lightly be taking it all along that dark shadow I just applied first on my eye. First, I'm going to be focusing along that line of where the two shadows meet, and then I'm going to be slightly blending that shade out. And again to my other eye, really focusing on blending those where those two shadows meet. I'm going to be doing back and forth and circular motions. The back and forth motions are going to be more precise on your blending, and the circular motions are going to drag that blend out farther. Now moving on, I am going to be taking that same fluffy brush and I'm going to be going into a little bit of the shade right here called Glow. I'm going to be going in very light-handed just to help blend everything out. I'm just going to be applying that shade on the very top and blending out in circular motions. This is going to help blend out the shade so there's no lines where the shadows meet, and it just blends out flawlessly and kind of looks almost airbrushed. And I'm just going to be going in circular motions to blend that all out. Again, the same steps to this eye over here. I really do love this formula of eyeshadow. It blends out very effortlessly and it looks so good once it's blended out. It looks flawless. And I'm really not putting in that much effort to blend it. It's just blending together so easy. And Pixi is more of a drugstore makeup brand, and I'm just shocked at how good this eyeshadow is. Honestly, it blends better than some high-end eyeshadows I have tried. Now I am just going to be taking this fluffy blending brush with no product on it and blend everything out even more. Okay, now I'm ready to start on my lower lash line, and the first brush I'm going to be using is this flat defining brush, and I'm just going to be taking the darkest shade in the palette, which is this one over here at the bottom. It is called Black Tulip. I'm just going to be taking that, and I'm going to be dragging that as close to my lash line as possible. And again, I don't want to get too close into the inner corner of my eye, so I'm probably going to stop like right in this area. Now the next brush I'm going to be using is this little flat angled to the shade right here. It is called Mushroom. I'm going to be taking that and blending out my lower lash line. And the reason I'm using smaller brushes is because I don't want to blend my eyeshadow out too far under my eye. I just don't think that looks right for me. So I'm using smaller brushes so I can keep it as close to my waterline and lash line as possible. And again, with that blending brush with no product, I'm just going to be blending out my lower lash line. I'm going to be taking this flat packing brush and I'm going to be wetting the brush. And now I am going to be applying a shimmer shadow, and I am going to be going in with this shade right here. It is called Ice. Now I'm going to be taking that on my brush and applying it all in the inner corner of my eye and dragging it out into the shadow I applied earlier to give the look of a crease without cutting my crease, so it's going to be a little bit more messy. I guess you could call it messy. It's not precise like cutting the crease would be. All in my inner corner and dragging that out probably about to the middle of my eyelid, and I'm going to be dragging that just a little bit above my crease line of my eye. If you have hooded eyes and don't like cutting your crease with concealer for a more precise look, you could definitely do a look like this. It looks super good and it's super fast. Now I am going to be taking that defining brush again and going in with, I'm going to be mixing shades, so I'm going to be using this darkest shade called Black Tulip and this shade called Wine. And I'm going to be using a little bit of both of those shadows, and I'm just going to be blending together where the shimmer and the matte shadow meet, so there's no line where the two meet. Now I am going to be going in my waterline with a white eyeliner. Now for mascara, I am going to be going in with the Kosas Big Clean Mascara. I have a whole video reviewing this product. If you want to check that out, I will link it in the description, and I also will link it in one of the cards that pop up at the top of the screen. I'm really loving this mascara. I've been using it for a while and it's really great. Plus it has lash care into the mascara, so not only are you using a mascara, it's also helping your eyelashes at the same time. Definitely go check out my video if you are interested. Alright guys, that is all I have for you in today's video. I am going to be doing tons of fall eyeshadow looks using these palettes from Pixi Beauty, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss a video. I'll see you guys in my next video.